Hi, my name is Beth Hiley.
My name is Shelly Ganshaw.
And we are now standing in Hall 1 at Essen 2016, or excuse me, Spiel 2016.
That's exactly right. Thank you for correcting.
And while this is a smaller hall, it's still freaking humongous. So we're going to take...
really big. It's a big hall.
Big hall.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick power walk, starting, kind of cutting right down the middle, and off we go.
Hey, we're passing our news guy, Eric.
W.A. Martin, everyone. So, as we thread our way through a bit of a crowd, again, it's still worth mentioning, as it was for our walkthrough of Hall 3, the hall is not open yet.
No, these are just people setting up to open. Last minute, oh my gosh. But you also may be looking and noticing that Queen is here too. Queen is everywhere. They're so huge.
Queen is here just a little bit. The Queen, if you were thinking, wait a minute, didn't you guys walk by the Queen booth in Hall 3? Yes, we're now in Hall 1 and Queen is here also.
And you can see, huge play area for this. Tons of great games coming out from Queen right here.
Now, as where Hall 3 is notable for really the spectacularly largest of the large booths, Hall 1 is considered just the large booths.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the hall where there's the little sellers that you may not have heard of, that are brand new, that are really small, with little games coming out. But this is large, very.
Yeah, this still has really significant players, but because this is a notch down in size, you did get a little bit more of a mix. Like, we're going to get some sellers here of things that are not games. We're going to get some more unique spaces, and then we still have a couple big players. So this one is really actually a good variety hall.
Yeah, that's true. And we're getting up to Hobby World. I think that's a Russian company.
It is.
Yeah, and we're passing all kinds of different companies. And over here, we used to have different people because sometimes they change or they don't come back or they take a year off or they're making games. So there's definitely some changes in the hall since last year. Oh, we're passing R&R games here on our left. And they've got Ohm and some great games I want to get. I'm sure you do too.
And we've just looped around, we didn't actually go right next to it, but we just looped around CGE, which has a huge Codename setup, being their big hit of last year and continuing into this year.
With the picture version of Codenames, which is going to be huge. And of course, we've gotten copies and we can't wait to play it.
And we're also pulling up on another big player, which is Mayfair and Lookout, which worked out a joint distribution deal last year. And now we're sharing booth space this year.
Yeah, and that happens. There's a lot of synergy here where smaller companies sometimes get together so they can have a booth, because it is expensive, obviously, to present all the awesome things that you'd like to share. So sometimes companies get together and they share their space. We also have a lot of people who sell the retail games, obviously, who are not associated with a specific company, but many companies, and you can often get a good deal on those games too.
Now, only because nobody can seem to resist walking through here, we're going to cut through the corner of Funforge just for the fact that we get to walk under the rainbow in honor of their big hit Hop for this year.
Yeah, and we just passed one for the World Fair game. Oh, look. They have Unicorn. Go this way? All right. Walking through. Hello.
A second Asmodee shop, by the way. There's another one in Hall 3, just in case you couldn't get all your shopping done at one of the Asmodee stores.
It's nice that they're spread out, because then you get a potential where you can go and maybe you stop and play games for a while, and then you buy some games and then you play some more.
And here in the corner is just an example of something that's a little bit unique to Essen. Wow. This entire thing, which looks like a booth setup, is actually Asmodee's business lounge. So this is purely for industry people meeting with other industry people and getting a lot of meetings done, since this is one of the few places where everyone's in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, that's bigger than, I would say, pretty much anyone's house right there. It's a building within a building.
So if you think about all the publishers and designers that come to our booth to have come for interviews, the distance they actually have to cover to get from their location to ours is pretty substantial. So occasionally we have to send them reminders so they can make sure that they get through on time. So that was a very quick power lap. And
you'll be noticing that we're approaching the corner, which is Heidelberg. No, is that right?
Yeah.
And they're selling things at a very cheap price. So inexpensive is probably a better word. And you'll notice that there's already a line of people waiting to get in to buy things. That's where you can get your bargains.
So thank you for joining us on this tour of the Variety Hall, aka Hall 1.
One small correction, there are people who, customers are already in the hall. They're the kind of VIPs to get in a half an hour early.
Thank you.
VIPs.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
VIGs if you're going by Gen Con terminology. So again, thank you for joining us on a quick tour of Hall 1, which has a little bit of everything, and we hope you get a feeling of what it might like to be here at Spiel Time.
And thank you.